The planet was silent, almost too silent, as if the universe had forgotten it. Rocks and broken buildings lay scattered across the dusty ground, remnants of a world once alive. The wind blew gently, carrying with it the faint smell of metal and dust. In the middle of this deserted place, a small figure shivered in the shadows. Hidden from view, she was an alien girl, no older than 10 by human standards. Her skin pale and shimmering faintly under the dim light. Her eyes were wide, full of fear and hope, and she clutched a small piece of cloth close to her chest. Her name did not matter to anyone here. She had been abandoned, left alone to face the cruel emptiness of the planet. She had wandered for hours before finding a well deep and dark, a place that seemed like safety compared to the open ruins. The well was old, made of strange metal and stone. With cracks along its walls, she had climbed down carefully, her tiny fingers gripping the edges as she slid into the darkness. The deeper she went, the colder it became, and her small body shivered from the chill. Still, it was safer here than outside, where strange creatures roamed and the wind could carry anything against her. Her voice trembled as she whispered for help. "Please, anyone, help me." The echoes returned, a soft, lonely reply that only made her heart ache more. She had called out before, her voice trembling over ruins and rocks, but no one had come. Every sound of the wind made her jump, as if danger could appear at any moment. Far above on the surface, a shadow moved silently. Careful not to make a sound, a human explorer had arrived on this desolate planet, seeking remnants of life, adventure, and discovery. He had walked for hours, following traces of energy readings and small movements in the dust. And then he heard it, a faint whisper, soft but distinct, a sound unlike any the planet made. He paused, straining to listen, his heart beating faster. The whisper came again. "Help, please, someone." And it carried fear, hope, and desperation all at once. The human knew it was not an echo, not a trick of the wind. It was a living being calling out for help. He looked around, scanning the ruins, searching for any sign of life. His mind racing with questions. What could be out here? He muttered to himself. Stepping carefully over broken stones and metal, his eyes caught a faint glimmer, something small moving near the edge of a well. Curiosity and concern pulled him forward, each step careful, measured. The planet seemed to watch silently as he approached, the ruins quiet as if waiting to see what would happen next. The alien girl froze as she heard footsteps above, small rocks sliding down the edges of the well. Her heart leapt, hope and fear fighting inside her chest. She whispered again, "Please, don't leave me." And then she held her breath, listening, unsure if this new presence was friend or foe. The human leaned over the edge of the well. Peering into the darkness, his eyes adjusted slowly, and he saw her, small, trembling, her eyes wide and shining, staring back at him. For a moment neither moved, the silence between them heavy, charged with uncertainty. Then he spoke softly, "Hey, I'm here to help." His voice gentle but firm, offering safety. The alien girl's lips trembled, a small sound of relief escaping her. She wanted to run, to jump into his arms, but the darkness held her in place. I, she whispered, words failing her. "Help, please." The human nodded, understanding instantly. "I won't leave you. I promise." He examined the well carefully, thinking of ways to reach her safely. The walls were slick, the depth uncertain, but he knew he had to act quickly. Every second mattered, the shadows around them hiding dangers they could not see. The girl shivered again, a small noise escaping her lips. A mix of fear and hope. The human found a sturdy rope, tied it carefully to a metal beam above. He tested the weight, making sure it could hold both of them if necessary. The alien girl watched, uncertainty in her eyes, but trust slowly forming. She had not felt safe in days, maybe weeks, and now someone had come for her. Above them the ruins seemed to hum softly, the wind shifting as if acknowledging the moment. The human smiled gently. "Hold on, I'm coming down." The alien girl nodded, gripping the edge of the well tightly, her small hands trembling. For the first time since she had been abandoned, she felt a spark of hope. The moment stretched, filled with tension, the unknown waiting below yet in that silence. A bond formed, fragile but real. She was not alone anymore, and he had risked everything to find her. The discovery of life in a broken world had begun, and somewhere deep in the ruins, the planet watched silently as two lives prepared to meet. One small, frightened alien girl, and one brave human, their fates now intertwined. The journey had just begun, and danger and wonder awaited them both. The human paused at the edge of the well, feeling the weight of the unknown below. He could see the alien girl, small and trembling, her eyes full of fear and hope at the same time. The rope he had tied above swung slightly in the wind. A lifeline connecting them, every second mattered. And he knew the danger was not only in the fall, but in what lurked in the shadows. He took a deep breath, trying to calm himself. His heart beating faster than usual. The ruins around them were quiet, almost too quiet. The silence pressing against his ears, he whispered softly, "I'm coming down. Stay calm. Trust me." The alien girl nodded, her small hands gripping the edge of the well tightly, knuckles white with fear as he descended slowly. The darkness swallowed him, the walls of the well cold and slick beneath his hands. A faint sound echoed from the depths like a whisper, but it was different, more sinister. Something moved in the shadows, just beyond the reach of the dim light. The human's grip tightened on the rope. Senses alert, muscles tense, every step deliberate. The alien girl watched him descend, fear and hope battling inside her. Her mind raced with questions. Who was this human? Why did he come for her? Could she really trust him? But the sight of his calm determination gave her a strange comfort. She wanted to reach out, but the walls were slippery, and the shadows seemed alive. Suddenly, a rock dislodged from above, clattering down the side of the well. The human froze for a moment, then moved quickly, catching the rock with his free hand. A small smile flickered on his face, but his eyes scanned the darkness. Alert to every movement, something was down here with them, something that had been waiting. Hidden in the shadows, the alien girl shivered, sensing the presence but too scared to move. Her small voice barely whispered, "What is it?" The human shook his head, keeping his focus. "I don't know, but we'll find out together." He reached her side, kneeling carefully so as not to scare her, his hands extended, steady and reassuring. "Take my hand," he said, his voice calm. "I'll get you out of here." The alien girl hesitated, her instinct telling her to stay safe, to hide, to protect herself. But the fear in her chest and the trust she felt pushed her forward, and she grabbed his hand. Small and trembling, the grip was tight. A promise, a lifeline, and in that moment, the human felt the weight of responsibility heavier than ever. They began to climb slowly, the human pulling her up carefully. Step by step, the walls were slippery, and the darkness seemed to stretch endlessly. The alien girl's small feet slipped once, twice, and the human caught her just in time. A bead of sweat ran down his temple, but he did not falter, his eyes scanning for danger. Then came a low, growling sound from the shadows, deep and threatening. The alien girl froze, fear gripping her heart like ice. The human looked up, seeing movement above the walls of the well, a shadow larger than any human. The sound grew louder, and the wind carried a strange, sharp smell, metallic and cold. The human tightened his hold, moving faster but carefully, guiding the girl upward, almost there. "Just a little more," he whispered, his voice steady despite the fear. The alien girl's heart raced, every instinct screaming to run, hide, but she trusted him. The shadow above shifted, and a pair of glowing eyes appeared, watching them, waiting. The human and the girl reached the top edge, but the shadow moved suddenly, blocking the exit. A creature, strange and terrifying, larger than any they had seen, hissed and lunged toward them. The human stepped in front of the girl, holding the rope as a barrier, his body tense and ready. The alien girl clung to him, small and trembling, but safe behind his protection. For a moment, time seemed to freeze, the creature and the human staring at each other. The wind whistled through the ruins, carrying tension, fear, and the faint hope of survival. Then the human took a deep breath and, with a quick, careful motion, distracted the creature. The alien girl climbed quickly, her small feet gripping the edges, and she reached safety. The human followed, pulling himself out, just as the creature retreated back into the shadows. Both were shaken, hearts racing but alive. The alien girl looked at him, her eyes wide, and whispered, "Thank you." The human smiled, brushing dust from his clothes. "We're not safe yet, but we're together. That's what matters." They stood at the edge of the well, the ruins stretching endlessly around them. The planet was still silent, but danger was everywhere, hidden in the shadows. The human knew this was only the beginning. The first risks survived. The alien girl felt hope for the first time in what seemed like forever. And somewhere deep in the ruined planet, the shadows watched, waiting for the next move. The risk was over for now, But more dangers would come, testing courage, trust, and the bond between them together. They would face what the planet had in store, one careful step at a time. The alien girl clung to the human's hand, her small body trembling above them. The ruined sky glowed faintly with the dying light of the planet. The wind whistled through broken buildings, carrying shadows that seemed alive. Every step they took felt dangerous, as if the ruins themselves wanted to trap them. The human scanned the area carefully, looking for a safe path through the debris. He noticed jagged metal and crumbling rocks scattered like traps. One wrong step could send them both tumbling into a dark abyss. Yet he had promised to protect her. And he would not fail. Stay close to me, he whispered. Keeping his voice calm, the alien girl nodded, eyes wide, trusting him more than anyone ever had. They moved slowly, carefully, over broken platforms and cracked stone. The human tested each step, ensuring the ground could hold their weight. Suddenly, a metallic clang echoed from nearby. Sharp and loud, the girl gasped, clutching his sleeve, and he froze, listening. Something was moving in the shadows, something that should not be here. Two glowing eyes appeared between the ruins. Watching them silently, the human stepped forward, blocking the girl behind him, his body tense. He realized the creature had been following them, waiting for a mistake. The alien girl's heart raced, but she did not move. Staying close to him, the human whispered, "We have to distract it. I'll create a path for you." He picked up a piece of rubble. Throwing it far into the darkness, the creature turned sharply, its growl deep and threatening. They moved quickly, step by step, slipping past the shadow of danger. Every second felt like an eternity, but they did not stop. The alien girl stumbled once, her small foot catching on a broken metal beam. The human caught her instantly, steadying her, his eyes scanning for more threats. "I've got you," he whispered. "Don't let go. Keep moving." She nodded, gripping his hand tighter, courage building with each step. Ahead they saw a gap between two crumbling platforms. Wide and deep, it was the only way forward. But the jump seemed impossible. Especially for her, the human studied it, then lowered a rope, tying it carefully across the gap. "Hold on," he said, testing the strength. "We'll get across together." The alien girl hesitated, fear visible in her eyes. The human smiled gently. "I won't let go. I promise." Step by step she crossed, gripping the rope with both hands. Her heart pounded, every fiber of her body tense, but she made it safely to the other side. The human followed, swinging slightly, landing carefully next to her. They breathed in unison, hearts racing, but a small smile flickered on their faces. It was a small victory, but one that mattered more than anything. They had survived the first real challenge together, and trust had grown between them, but the ruins were not done testing them. A sudden tremor shook the ground. Rocks falling around them, the alien girl screamed, ducking as dust and debris filled the air. The human pulled her close, shielding her, his body tense and alert. The shadowed creature had disappeared, but something larger stirred beneath the ruins. The earth cracked, sending splinters of stone into the air. The alien girl clung to him, eyes wide with fear. The human whispered, "Keep moving. Don't look back. We can do this." Step by step they moved through the ruined planet. Danger around every corner. Every moment was a test of courage. Every breath a challenge. The alien girl realized she had never felt anything like this before. Fear and hope mixed together, creating a strange new strength inside her. Finally, they reached a small clearing. Safe for the moment. The human let go of her hand, crouching to her level. "You did well," he said softly. "You're stronger than you know." The alien girl nodded, small but determined, trust and courage growing inside her. Above them, the planet's silence returned. But it was only temporary. They had survived the first rescue attempt, but more challenges awaited. The human and the alien girl stood together, ready to face whatever came next, and somewhere in the shadows, the ruins watched, waiting, patient and silent. The alien girl and the human paused in the small clearing. Catching their breath, the ruins around them were eerily quiet. But the air carried tension, heavy and sharp. The human scanned the surroundings, eyes narrowing, sensing something unseen. He could feel it in the wind, in the shadows, a presence waiting to strike. The alien girl shivered, hugging herself, fear creeping back like a cold shadow. "Do you feel that?" she whispered, voice trembling. The human nodded, gripping his tool tightly, ready for anything. "Something is here. Something bigger than before." We need to move carefully. They stepped forward slowly, careful not to make noise. The ground beneath them groaned, unstable and cracked from long neglect. A faint rumble echoed from deeper within the ruins. Shaking loose dust and stones, the alien girl's small heart raced. Every instinct screaming danger was near. Suddenly a shadow shifted above them, darker than night. Two massive wings unfurled with a sharp metallic sound. The creature from the shadows revealed itself. Enormous, its glowing eyes fixed on them. It had been hiding, waiting, patient and hungry, its claws scraping the broken stone. The human stepped in front of the alien girl, his body tense. "This is it. Stay behind me and trust me," he whispered. The creature growled, low and threatening, a sound that shook the air. The alien girl could feel the heat of its breath even from a distance. Fear gripping her like ice, the human scanned quickly, searching for anything that could give them an advantage. He spotted a broken metal beam. Heavy and sharp lying nearby, he picked it up. Holding it ready as the creature lunged forward, wings flaring, the alien girl ducked instinctively, her small body pressed against the ground. The creature swiped, narrowly missing them. Sending a cloud of dust into the air, the human swung the beam, striking the creature's side, but it barely slowed. Its glowing eyes fixed on them, unyielding and filled with fury. The alien girl watched, awe and terror mixing. Amazed by the human's bravery, the creature roared, a sound that made the ground tremble. It lunged again, faster this time, wings cutting through the air like knives. The human dodged, rolling to the side, grabbing the alien girl's hand. "We have to run, now!" he shouted, urgency in his voice. They sprinted through the ruins. Leaping over jagged rocks and broken beams, the creature followed, relentless, its wings creating gusts that threatened to knock them off their feet. The alien girl's small legs struggled to keep up, but the human encouraged her. "Don't stop. Keep moving. You're stronger than you think," he yelled. Suddenly, the ground beneath them cracked wider. Creating a deep crevice, the human grabbed the girl, swinging her over the gap, landing safely on the other side. The creature hesitated, unsure if it could follow. Giving them a small advantage, the alien girl gasped, adrenaline pumping through her veins. Feeling alive and terrified at once, they ducked into a partially collapsed building, shadows shielding them. The creature growled outside, wings beating, trying to reach them. The human pressed his hand gently against her shoulder, steadying her. "We're safe, for now, but we have to keep moving. The danger isn't gone." The alien girl nodded, fear still in her eyes but courage rising inside. She realized she was no longer alone, and she trusted him completely. Together they crept through the ruins, every sound making them freeze. Every shadow could hide another threat. Every step could be their last. Then the human stopped, listening, his eyes wide with realization. "There's more than one," he whispered, a chill running down his spine. The alien girl froze, heart pounding, the horror sinking in. The shadows around them moved slightly, revealing multiple glowing eyes watching silently, patiently. The realization hit them both. The planet was not just dangerous. It was alive. It had predators everywhere, waiting for any mistake, any weakness, but together they had survived before, and together they would face this new threat. The human squeezed her hand, determination in his eyes. "We can do this. We have to." They moved cautiously, preparing for the unknown, aware that the risk was greater than ever. The alien girl felt fear, but also a strange excitement, the thrill of surviving the impossible. The ruins seemed to shift around them, alive with danger, and somewhere in the shadows, the creatures waited, ready for the next move, patient and relentless. The alien girl's legs shook as she followed the human through the ruins. Every step was careful, quiet, as if the planet itself held its breath. The creatures had not pursued them for a while, but danger still lingered. Shadows moved in the corners of her eyes, making her heart race with fear. The human stopped near a narrow passage that led to a safer part of the ruins. He knelt down, meeting her gaze, his face calm but serious. "We're almost safe," he said softly. "Just a little farther. We can do this." The alien girl nodded, gripping his hand tightly. Drawing courage from his presence, they moved slowly. Every sound amplified in the silent ruins. A falling piece of debris echoed, making the girl jump. The human shielded her instinctively, putting his body between her and danger. "I've got you. Don't worry, just trust me," he whispered, his voice steady at last. They reached a small platform high above the ground. From here, the view of the ruins stretched endlessly. but it felt safe. The alien girl breathed deeply, relief washing over her. For the first time in days, she felt calm, the terror easing from her chest. The human let go of her hand, crouching to her level, smiling gently. "You are amazing," he said, "brave and strong. Much stronger than you know." The alien girl looked down, unsure what to say, emotions flooding her. "I thank you for everything, for not leaving me," she whispered. They both paused, listening to the silence, the planet seeming less threatening for a moment. The wind blew softly, carrying faint scents of metal and dust. The ruins that had seemed so alive with danger now felt quiet, almost peaceful. It was a brief calm, but they needed it. A moment to catch their breath and gather strength. The human scanned the horizon, noting the safest route forward. "There's more to explore," he said, determination in his eyes. "But we'll face it together." The alien girl nodded, small but confident, knowing she was not alone anymore. She felt a strange sense of hope growing inside her, a feeling she had not known in a long time. Suddenly, a soft noise caught their attention, like the distant whisper of the wind. The alien girl froze, glancing toward it, and then smiled slightly. "It's not scary this time," she said. "I think we can handle it together." The human nodded, giving her a reassuring smile. His eyes full of trust and courage, they moved forward, careful but steady. Stepping over broken stones and debris, the shadows no longer seemed as frightening, their bond giving them strength. The alien girl looked at the human, feeling safe for the first time since she had been abandoned, and the human looked at her, realizing that saving her had changed him too. The ruins stretched on, dangerous yet beautiful in their own strange way. They were no longer two strangers in a hostile world, but a team united by survival and trust. The alien girl laughed softly, a sound that echoed lightly in the ruins. The human smiled, hearing it, knowing that this moment of peace was hard-earned. As they walked side by side, the planet seemed quieter, as if acknowledging their courage. The shadows watched silently, waiting, but for now they were safe. The alien girl whispered, "Thank you for not leaving me." The human nodded. "We're in this together, always." And somewhere in the ruins, the wind carried their story, a story of courage, trust, and the bond between two beings from different worlds. The dangers were not gone, the planet still held secrets, but they faced it with hope. Together they had survived, and the adventure was only beginning. The alien girl looked ahead, eyes bright with curiosity and wonder. The human followed, careful and alert, ready for whatever came next. For in this vast ruined world, they had found something far greater than safety. They had found each other, and that was enough to face anything. The planet was silent again, but the story of the brave human and the alien girl had begun. And somewhere deep in the shadows, the creatures watched, waiting, patient. But the bond they shared was stronger than fear, stronger than danger, for they had discovered courage, hope, and the power of trust together.